burns out on an afternoon.
Hey guys, this is Keiko 2000. Let me move my mic a little bit closer for y'all so you can hear me just a little bit better. So this is part 2 to the video called I Got Drunk and Blacked Out. So it's part 2 to the Surf City story time video. It is 3:28 a.m. in this video, so I'm running out of time. I'm getting closer to going to Surf City, and honestly, I'm gonna miss home. I'm gonna miss my friends, because I'm gonna have a busy couple of weeks, but it's okay. It's still gonna be lit. So, today's topics are not topics. Today, the story time I'm gonna tell you is whenever me and my friends were accused of not being black. A mud run, rats and cabin. So rats and cabin is the story we're end off. So the first story topics were eating sand, fish in mouth, being stolen from, and hammock initiation. That will be linked in the description down below. This is not black, mud run, rats and cabin. Okay, so we're gonna start off with not being black. So this happened last year. A lot of things happened last year that I'm gonna tell you about because it's the freshest in my mind. So, one thing you gotta know is that I don't care what race you are, or I don't care what anything's about you, right? What I care about is who you are and the person that you are trying to be. So, if I'm your friend, that's what I care about. And I will defend you if I think that you are in the right here. And I'm not gonna hold back just because of your skin color or your gender or something like that. And I think a lot of people need to know when not to go on a mob mentality. So if you're black, you're not always just going to side with someone who's black. Like, that's stupid, that's dumb. If you're white, you're not always going to side with someone who's white. And same thing for Asians or anything, you know? You're not going to side with someone just because they're like you. So, me and my friends, I'm not going to say their names again because I don't want to talk about them. But let's call her Sally. No, let's call her Lucy. Lucy, because I have a pet named Lucy. Whatever. Me, Lucy, and some of my other friends, we were on the swings, and we were swinging. And Lucy had said something that was really funny, and we were like, oh, you're racist. It was a complete joke. Nothing about it was racist or anything. We were just joking with her, and we were like, you're racist, Lucy, you're racist. And then this girl, who actually was the one who stole the money from me last year, she came up and she's like, what? Lucy's racist? Lucy's racist? And we're like, wait a second. You just jumped in our conversation, didn't hear the background before any of this. So, no, she's not racist. And so let's call this girl Isabel. Okay. So Isabel was like, oh, okay, I get it. She goes over to all these other kids, part of my camp, and she says, Lucy over there is racist. Lucy. And a bunch of people don't like Lucy, which is so messed up because Lucy is nice and she's fun. And they're all like, yeah, her right there, she's racist. And they all start just screaming down mean things, and they're insulting Lucy. And me and my friends, we're like, hold up, guys. It wasn't saying anything racist. And we tried to explain that we were just joking. She didn't say anything remotely racist. And they were all like, no, she's racist. Gang. Okay, that was racist. But anyways, yeah, she was bombarded with these people spitting hate at her, and we were defending her, and then they started talking about us. They started calling us fat, ugly, started insulting our clothes and our shoes, and just going at us, you know. And we were like, it doesn't matter what you say to us, we're going to defend our friends. And then they were like, you're just defending her because she's white. Like, what? You just keep defending her because she's white. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what are you even talking about? And I'm just swinging, I'm getting angry and more angry. And then they're like, you're not black. You can't stick with someone who's racist. You're not black. And I'm like, what? How can you say I'm not black just because I defended a white person? First of all, their skin color shouldn't even be coming into this. We say that we all want to be equal, but the thing that bugs me is that we're so we separate ourselves so much, you know? We're like, hey, those white people over there, they stole our music. Anyone can listen to music. Now, unless it was blatant and it was like, hey, and then they were like, hey, and they said like the exact same words, then I get it, okay? But just because someone likes, you know, going into rap or R&B who is white does not mean they are stealing our music. They got inspired by us, but that does not mean they stole anything from us. Just because we did certain dances like breakdancing or something like that, and they start doing breakdancing, does not mean they stole anything. That just means they were inspired by some of the dances that we did. And it really annoys me whenever we get put into these boxes. Or if I say I don't like something and like, oh, you gotta like this because it's your culture. Like, I don't have to like anything. I can acknowledge that it's my culture, and it's not denying my culture if I don't like something in my culture. That makes no sense. And I think that I'm being logical here because I think that everyone doesn't like some parts about their culture. That makes no sense if you liked everything. You know, I know no one who agrees with every single thing in their culture. Like, people now, they say the N-word to each other, and I don't know how that went from something used in slavery as something used in slavery as something bad, and now it's good. Like, what? That makes no sense. Anyways, I went on a rant, but basically, we were called not white, and I was getting ready to literally fight. We were all getting ready to fight. They were like, yeah, fight. And my teacher, she came over, and she was like, be the bigger person. And I was like, no. And then she just pulled us over, and she made us go to this dock, and we cooled down, and we ranted, and we raved about it, and we calmed down, and we didn't speak about it for the rest of the week. You know, we were all good, because one thing about black people, they make up fast. You know, you get in a fight, make up soon. Unless you're in a gang, and then you get shot, but, you know, that happens. Okay, so moving on to a more lighthearted story. The first year of Surf City, the first day, we get there, okay, we're all hyped up because they come on the buses and like, yeah, Surf City, yeah! And they're on the buses, they're screaming. We go in, we go to the initiation process where they like talk to us, they threw hot dogs at us, you know, they cooked it in this pot with fireworks, and then they threw out the hot dogs, so that's the thing that happened. Then we did the deep test, and then we ate dinner, and we started settling in. We got ready to go to bed. We got ready. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes in, or girl, whoever it was, they come in and they say, put on something that you're okay to get wet in. This is like 12 a.m., guys, 12 a.m., and they tell us to go and put on something that we are okay with getting wet in. And we're all like, hold up, what? What are we about to do? Are we going, like, night swimming or something? I hear that's dangerous, whatever. They take us out to this huge field that they have at Surf City. And they have a mud run set up. They said put on something you're okay with getting wet in, not muddy in. But anyways, we have to go through. It's like an army boot camp. You have to go down on the ground. You have to mud run through all of these obstacles, and we're jumping over things. We're getting muddy. It's literally like, because it rained, so it's like just mud everywhere, and we're getting it all over us. And then, to rinse off, they have a kiddie pool at the end of this obstacle course that is freezing cold. They make us stand in it, and they bring a hose, and they hose you off. We were like, what? You're like, what? Wow, okay. And then we found out afterwards that if you really didn't want to do it, you didn't have to do it. We went back to the cabins that night at like 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. or whatever time it was. We went back in. And for the rest of the entire week of Surf City, our cabin was muddy. The shower was disgusting. The beds were muddy. The floor was muddy. The ceiling was muddy. And since then, We have never done that again. Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus. It was literally miserable, like, going back into the cabin and having to shower, like, take turns, and, like, not being able to sit anywhere, but then still getting mud everywhere. That's why you gotta bring shoes when you're sharing cabins with people. Yeah, okay. So, now let's talk about the rats in the cabin. Same year, first year, guys. Same as the first. A little bit louder and it gets more worse. I don't know. It's a song that is like, you can't ride in my little red wagon. The wheels are broken and the axle sagging. Chugga what? Chugga what? Chugga 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 what? Second verse. Same as the first. A little bit louder and a whole lot worse. We sing that on the bus every year. It's lit. It's lit. Anyways, sorry. Back to the rats in the cabin. So, we were all in our cabin. We were chilling out. I'm not sure if we were going to bed or what it was. We were going to bed. I remember. And all of a sudden, this thing darts past under my bed. And it just, like, darts across the room. And we all, like, someone screams. And they're like, oh my gosh, what was that? And we're looking around. And someone sees a tail. And they're like, if that is a rat, I'm going to freak out. It scurries again. And we're like, that's a mouse. What? And it's like gray and it's disgusting. Because, guys, we're in the woods in these cabins. And this is just squirp, squirp. And I'm like, oh my. Baby Jesus, save me. And so we're like, we are not sleeping in this cabin. Not if I have to strangle the Surf City leaders by the throat. I am not sleeping in this cabin with rats. And then my friend, I'm not going to say her name, let's call her Samantha. Samantha sees another pair of 4 feet. I mean, is it a pair of 4? It's, yeah! It scurries past, and this one is brown. There are 2 mice in our cabin. I'm like, I am not sleeping here. We were all outside the cabin. We were freaking out. But our counselor made us go back inside the cabin and forced us to sleep in there. Did not let us leave the cabin or anything. We're in there with mice. I am paranoid because my suitcase is still open. I remember one point, the mouse crawling in my suitcase and then scurrying back out. You don't know how paranoid I was whenever I got home. Literally, we got the suitcase. I was at home, and I was in my mudroom, and my dad was like, take it out to the garage. Take it out to the garage, open it there, because we can't do, well, like, we don't do mice in our house. Like, that's not a thing that's going to happen. So, you know, it's just not going to happen. But anyways, we're at Surf City, and we have to sleep through the night with these mice. And the entire time, I have my cover on, and I'm like moving around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's on me. And I'm sweating bullets, cannot get to sleep. It's like 5 a.m. at this point, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I feel something tickling my foot, guys. I really do. I feel it tickling my foot. And I'm about ready to scream, but I'm like paralyzed with fear. And I slowly get up. If it doesn't see me, I don't see it. I get up and I peer down. It's just my cover tickling my foot. The mice are nowhere to be found. And, you know, that happens. And then, so I actually skipped over a part. Sorry. So before this happened, before I went to bed, I was drunk off of my chocolate and root beer again. And we were crowding around the door, and this is when we first found out that there were mice in the cabin. And I got our broom, and I tried to go in, and we were looking for the mouse. And they were like, you won't try to hit it, you won't try to hit it. And I was like, yes, I will. I get a broom, and I start smacking around the place. And then the mice come, the one mouse, the gray one, the first one, came out and scurried past. I like jumped back, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to try to kill this thing. And I start trying to chomp with the broom, and it's not working. You know, it's not an easy task trying to kill a mouse with a broom. But needless to say, I'm pretty sure the mouse is gone now, and I'm not sure we've been in the same cabin since then. So it's lit every day, bruh. So the last one that. Oh, that was the last one. Okay, so, you know what it do. You know how it be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you guys want to see the first part to this where, you know, I talk about eating sand, fish in mouth, being stolen from, and hammock initiation, that will be linked in the description down below. So these are all scheduled videos that are going to be coming out. And the reason for that is because I am at Surf City right now as you watch this video. I leave for Surf City in 2 hours. And by the time you watch this, I will be at Surf City. So, you know, I'm talking, like, this is past me. And later you will see future me. I'm weird. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And goodbye.
I feel like a plastic groom alone there at the top of the cake. So hey, I'm getting drunk on a plane. Bye.